It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And up next is Cody Barton. He's up across 80 tackles for the season following his last game. It's the Broncos and the Colts coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into.
And off we go from Denver. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Nix to the air. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing Nix. And he checks this one down to Williams. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Here's Nix. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his 2nd season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had byes.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals. But they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Richardson working from the gun. And his throw is incomplete. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance. This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Richardson looking to throw. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Broncos offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, here's second down at 5.
At the Colts 35-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Nix. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Julian Blackmon. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Marvin Mims, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Now that's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the 1st down.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Richardson out of the shotgun, connecting over the middle with Downs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Now Richardson. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Richardson.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Anthony Richardson.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So the Broncos coming out now.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Nix.
He'll get that complete to Vele.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Nix from the shotgun. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Delay of game, offense.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
Nix looking to throw again.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Nix to the air. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game, so I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Here is 3rd and 5. Now it's Richardson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bonito. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
But I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They'll go play action with Nix.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing Nix.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks. Now this taken in by Downs.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Richardson looking to throw.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
To throw, here's Nix.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
To throw is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd and 4. Here's Nix once more.
Escaping the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. He'll check this one down to Taylor.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Richardson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
They'll get this off to Taylor.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's Richardson to throw. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Back to throw again. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout.
Now Richardson.
As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Richardson.
and that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Looks to the sideline and has Mims who makes a catch. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Xavier Worthy, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Brock Purdy, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Indy offense ready to go once again, and we'll get another look at Alec Pierce.
You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards, obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Nix.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Back to throw. Nix.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Richardson out of the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play action. Now Richardson lets one go downfield for Pierce.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And some room to maneuver.
Now inside the 25. Jonathan Taylor.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
59 yards.
And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Richardson will throw for it.
And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A gain there of 21 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
That's taken in left side by Vele.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Nix.
That is caught by Vele. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Throwing Nix. That's complete to Troutman right side.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
For the Broncos field goal, a 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Now it's Richardson. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Richardson will keep it once again.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Second and 6. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. To throw is Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Nix to the air.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Marvin Mims.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Now 2nd and 9. Richardson.
Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
from the shotgun, Richardson. That complete to Downs.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
With Nick Bonito not letting him escape there, he was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line. Richardson working from the gun. To the sideline and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Richardson looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. You tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively.
Nix from the shotgun.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
3rd and 3. To throw, here's Nix. Screen play set up for Williams.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here.
Now it's Nix.
steps away to his left. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So Richardson and the Colts now down by 15. 57 seconds to go. Now Richardson. That's complete to Pierce.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 4. Richardson to throw it.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Here's 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. Here's 2nd and 7. Richardson.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
John Franklin Myers
make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.